Your dad worked in the steel mill, later at the airport. Your mom served food in the cafeteria.
She didn't serve fruit. She was the ice cream lady.
Okay, ice cream lady.
Yeah.
What did your parents teach you about work ethic?
Well, my dad would work double shifts and then come home and work in the yard and drag me out there. He never was afraid of work. Would take me to work with him. Not when he was in the mill, but when he was a fueler at the airport. And what I got to see is a bunch of guys together that enjoyed being together. They did their job. One of them would stay back and cook for all the rest. So if they had a crew of 7, 6 would go work and cover his work. And that one guy that night would make, pigs in a blanket, or he'd bring up food and he'd serve. So when they'd come back to eat, one of those, they did stuff like that. One guy was a barber. So one day he was not working. He cut hair the whole time, and including people's kids. They'd bring their kids in, and Johnny O'Busick, I can still remember his name. I'd scream, he'd cut my hair like put a bowl on your head. But what you understood was it was about people coming together. My mother saved her check. That was never used for anything except she put it in the bank. We never had a credit card growing up. Never would extend credit that way, would never. They did furniture one time, and $5 a month they would give back. Christmas was done on layaway. Like, I don't know if people know what layaway is now. They'd go get it and lay it away 2 months before Christmas, and then once a week go in and give them a few dollars, $5, whatever they had, to try to pay it off before Christmas. So that was, when I say all this, it was normal. Where I grew up, what my parents did is what everybody else's parents did.
What do you think you learned from growing up like that, without much?
Well,
in terms of material things?
I've been in that environment, and I've been in the other environment where I've had a lot of, I'll be honest, it's much better over here.
Right.
But it also teaches you, do you really want to go back to that? You better save, you better take care of your money, you better do what you're doing, but you also learn that you could be charitable and you don't have much. And that there's a responsibility when this good stuff happens to do more than you used to do, because you have more. But I had a loving home, parents who cared about us. My mother was a strong woman. My dad was a grinder. My mom was the dreamer. My mother thought that I could be president of the United States. She just thought that if that's what you want to do, you could be president. She was the one that probably got me to dream, to not be afraid to see myself even beyond where I was, and that I could be in different places.
For more clips from this interview, visit GrahamBensinger.com.